Hello students, welcome back. Let us resume our discussion on elasticity. This time, let's focus upon the elasticity associated to the revenue. By the way, what is the elasticity? Well, here's the definition. The relative rate of change of the quantity over the relative rate of change for the price. Now, if this quantity is on the demand side, then this is the elasticity of demand. And if it is on supply side, then this is elasticity of supply. Similar in terms of mathematics, even though they are different in economics or finance. Okay, let's focus upon revenue this time. And revenue is P times Q, price times quantity. If you sell, for example, 1,000 items and each item is $5, then you earned what? 5,000, right? 5 times 1,000. Well, that's it. Price times quantity. And let's suppose that you want to maximize the revenue, for instance. Yeah, of course, you have to consider cost, and then eventually we want to maximize the profit. But there are many instances that you want to maximize just revenue, partly as a intermediate step toward maximizing profit. But in many other cases, you really want to maximize your revenue. In some cases, the costs are just fixed, and most of the varying costs are already embedded into this revenue computation. In that case, all you have to do is just to maximize this. And there are some other considerations too. For instance, if you're especially early in business and you want to grow and you want to increase the market share, and you don't really have to think too much about the cost or even profit, because you want to increase market share so that you can cover those temporary losses by bigger investment coming in. Yeah, those kind of things always take place. You always have to consider those kind of situations, not just mature business with costs, but things are really dynamic. In short, there are many instances that you really have to focus upon the revenue. So here we go. R is P times Q. And basically what you want is maximizing the revenue. So eventually what you want is R prime is P prime Q plus PQ prime, of course, by the product rule. And you're going to set it equal to 0. Or when is it greater than 0? When is it less than 0? And when is it equal to 0? Those kind of things. Okay, so far so good. I'm going to find out the rate of change for the revenue, and I'm going to see if the revenue is growing or going down or maximizing or minimizing. Heaven forbid, minimizing. Let's not worry about that. If you're close to that, then the business will not exist any longer, so you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, okay, the rate of change of the revenue, so far so good. But what does it have anything to do with the elasticity? Well, we can do this computation. Here, factor P prime Q out like this. Factor this P prime Q out. P prime Q out. So this one is just 1. And this thing became P prime times Q like that. Make sense? If it doesn't make much sense, then you can start from the right hand side and break up the parentheses. Distribute and we get P prime Q. Distribute here and then denominator disappears and we have PQ prime. Same as this. Okay, and then let's take one further manipulation. Look at this fraction and then let's manipulate it a bit further like this. From here, let me expand the font. From here, divided by Q and divide by Q. Consequently, this Q will disappear. Now likewise, divide by P and divide by P, so that will disappear. So we did this manipulation from here to there. And what is this quantity? We have the relative rate of change of quantity over the relative rate of change of price. Where have you seen this before? You've seen it right here. No, not this. Right here. That's the elasticity, except that we have the negative sign here. The negative of Q prime over Q over P prime over P. Here, Q prime over Q, P prime over P. So this entire thing is negative of E. So 1 minus the elasticity. Okay, all right. We got the relation between R prime and E. How does it help? Well, let's consider this. When price goes up, let's suppose that P prime is positive, price is going up, and 1 minus E is also positive. So P prime is positive, price is going up, and this quantity 1 minus E is also positive. In other words, E is less than 1. In that case, this entire quantity is positive, so R prime is positive, so your revenue is going up. Here's a summary version, by the way. The very same thing is here. And let's consider the case. E is less than 1, the elasticity is less than 1, so 1 minus E is positive. In that case, when P prime is positive, that is, when price is going up, R prime is positive. The conclusion? The revenue goes up as the price goes up. Now, what if you have E greater than 1? Your product is elastic. In that case, this 1 minus E is negative. As price goes up, P prime is positive, and 1 minus E is negative, so this overall quantity, R prime, is negative. In that case, the revenue goes down as the price goes up. So the elasticity, whether it's elastic or inelastic, has a lot to do with the revenue going up or down. Imagine this kind of situation. Petroleum or natural gas, maybe not natural gas, but petroleum is really a staple, you see. All kind of countries need petroleum. So if the oil price goes up, then countries like Saudi Arabia or United Arab Emirates or whatever, Russia, those kind of countries make a lot of money because it's really stable. So the other countries, the importing countries, have to import anyway in order to run their countries. They may try to conserve, but only to a certain degree. So when the price goes up, those countries' revenue also go up. What if you have some high-tech machine parts or some computer chips or whatever, and those are highly elastic? Say, for example, place like South Korea or Japan, Taiwan, those kind of places. What they want to do is they want to keep the price down so that their revenue grows. You see, E is greater than 1, then R prime is negative. When P goes up, P prime is positive. So what they want to do is get the P prime negative. They try to get the price down. They want to lower the price in order to make more money. You see, Things are a bit different in countries that are highly motivated toward high-tech industry. It's not because people in South Korea or Japan or Taiwan are more generous. They are just better people, so that they want to lower the price for magnanimity. No, not really. It's all about business. It's all about how to run their country. Their revenue will go up when the price goes down. And of course, for other kind of commodities, it's the other way around. It's not because those countries are bad. Okay, all right, for Russia, you can say it's bad, at least right now. But, another oil exporting country like Canada, it's not like they're bad people. It's just that they make more money as the price goes up. That's the nature. And it can be explained in terms of the elasticity. Okay, so much about the theory and lots of digression. Yeah, that kind of thing is necessary in this section, but not enough time for an example problem. So let's stop here and let's come back as a separate video for that final example problem.